Hello everyone, welcome back to the Venusian Light Tarot. So today we're going to go ahead and do a pick a card or pick a straw reading. And this reading is going to be for the person on your mind and what is their shadow side / what are their feelings towards you from like a shadowy perspective. So more of the maybe hidden, darker, shadow parts of them and how that connects to what they're feeling towards you and their thoughts of you. And on the extended reading, we're going to do an extended for each of the piles. We're going to do the flip side, and I'm going to see what their light side is and how their light side connects to their thoughts and feelings about you. But since it is Halloween season, we're going to go ahead and do the shadow side here on the channel. And you know, it could be a bit triggering. We're definitely going to use some darker decks here today. So if you are sensitive or if you're not really feeling in the mood for like the more truthy, shadowy sides of things, then you may want to skip it, or maybe you want to check out the extended for the light side and go from there. So let's go ahead and see. And I do want to mention that we're going to use my new Oracle deck, which I am going to debut here on the channel, which is the Haunted Heart Oracle. Super excited to use it. It is available on my Etsy shop. And I am actually having a really big sale on my Etsy shop, not for this deck in particular, but for some older decks that I am clearing inventory for. So if you do want to check it out, I have like up to 40% off certain decks. Buy two, get one free, buy three, get two free. So it may not last for very long. So if you want to check that out, it will be down below. And then I'm also going to be using a deck from another creator that I want to shout out. So this is the Haunted, let me just grab it here, the Haunted, Divine Masculine Haunted Oracle. And I'm actually going to be using two from her, but one is an older deck, so I'm not sure if she still has it available, the Twin Flame Shadows by Mystic Moon. But this deck we're going to use here, or both of them, but I wanted to mention this one here, the Divine Masculine Haunted. And it's really great for also like shadowy types of readings. So if you want to check it out, I will list her YouTube channel down below, as well as where to get this deck. If you do enjoy my types of readings, you probably will enjoy her readings. So I definitely would recommend checking her out. She has amazing readings for those of you on the twin flame journey, twin flame path. So very similar kind of energy to me in terms of what she picks up on. So definitely check her out if you're interested. So yeah, we have three different straws here to choose from. So go ahead and think about your person, get them in your mind, and let's set the intention that this reading will find whoever is most meant to hear these messages today. I'm seeing a rainfall or raining outside, even though it's not raining here. So maybe somebody's watching this when it's storming outside. But go ahead and think about your person and choose whichever straw you feel pulled to, and Spirit will hopefully bring this reading to whoever is most meant to hear it at this time. So group number one, you are going to be the pumpkin straw. Group number two, you are going to be the bat straw, or bats. And group number three is going to be the skulls straw. So go ahead and choose whichever one you feel drawn to. What is the person on your heart, on your mind right now? What is their shadow side in this reading? And then we will look at the light side in the extended reading. So what is it that if we dig deep into their mind, into their heart, what shadows will come up and how that connects to what they feel about you? Again, it could be a bit triggering. So, you know, it doesn't mean that that's who they are entirely. It's just their shadow side. So choose whichever one you feel drawn to. The timestamps will be down below. And we will jump into group number one whenever you're ready. Hello, group number one. If you chose the pumpkin straw, let's go ahead and get into your reading and see what comes up here. So go ahead and think about your person as you look at the straw. Get this person in your mind, in your heart. Okay, so let's see what we have come up here. And if you didn't watch the intro, we're going to do the shadow side here on this channel, and then in the extended, we're going to look at this person's light side towards you and their feelings towards you in the light perspective. So tune me into group number 1 and the person who they are thinking about as they're watching this reading, the person on the viewer's mind. Can you tune me in, please, Spirit, to as much detail as possible for the highest and greatest good for this person that the viewer is thinking about? What is this person's shadow side when it comes to you? What is their shadow side? What are their maybe darker thoughts when it comes to you? Or what is just their prominent shadow that's coming up here for this person? For group number 1, the person who you're thinking about. So tune me into their energy and this person's shadow side. We have the Ten of Swords. So I'm getting a lot of confusion for this person. I do think that even if it's not really a shadow, I mean, I guess it could be that they're definitely somebody who feels like they are quite confused right now in general, but also when it comes to this connection. What is this person on your mind? What is their shadow side when it comes to you? The Hanged Man. I'm hearing a song, I think it's a country song, Blame It on the Whiskey, I think it's called, or something about I can blame it on the whiskey. But I think this person, they know that there's something which maybe they were responsible for when it comes to this connection. And let me get a few more cards before I get into it. What is this person's shadow side when it comes to you in general? 8 of Pentacles. I think this person is very stubborn, so they could have some fixed signs in their chart: Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, but they don't have to. But I think they are very stubborn, or they have the tendency to be very stubborn. And I'm also hearing for some, they could be striving towards material success, maybe at a rate that is, you know, a little bit unhealthy, or they're focusing so much on that and not enough on other areas of their life. So that could also be kind of a shadow side of them that is coming up here. What is this person's shadow side when it comes to... Yeah, I'm getting just a lot of like waiting here, a lot of no action. They could even be somebody who is kind of passive, or they don't take action in general, or maybe just in this connection with you. It feels like this person also could be somebody who is kind of a little bit like avoidant, or they could, like I'm seeing someone looking around like when they're on vacation and just sort of wanting to have fun, but not take things too seriously. So they might be that kind of person. Again, either in general or just in love with this connection with you. And what is their shadow side, this person? I'm getting a lot of, again, avoidance, avoiding conversation, avoiding communication. They might be someone who's really not very good at conversation or communication, or confrontation, I should say. I think that they could be currently avoiding confrontation when it comes to this connection here. We have the Tower and the Judgment card. Yeah, I'm almost getting an energy where it's like with the Tower and the Judgment, they are somehow wanting something here to happen, or they, let me see, Queen of Cups at the bottom. What is this person's shadow side when it comes to you? I'm actually getting a message here, which they want to talk about first. Spirit wants to talk about this first. The Queen of Cups and this one who protects flew out here. Your guardian spirit is closely monitoring the situation, and rest be assured that you are fiercely protected. What is it that they're protecting you from? All is not as you see it. So I think that this can definitely, like, you know, go hand in hand with what their shadow side is, because obviously this is who you're connecting to. But your guides want to say something that they are watching the situation from their perspective, from a higher perspective, and maybe seeing certain things about this person that you don't see. And I'm almost seeing that this connection has been put in like a tunnel of some sort, where it feels like maybe for some of you, you have not been in contact for a while, if that's the case. Or there's just a sense where with the Queen of Cups here, you are somebody who's standing out as this sensitive, loving Queen of Cups. You could be a water sign, but you don't have to be. And it feels like, as for this person, I'm also hearing the grass is greener, or the grass isn't greener maybe. So there's maybe something where with the Judgment and the Tower, this person could be kind of hiding that they have regrets, that they have made mistakes, if you have moved on, or if they are kind of left in the dust here. They may feel that that the grass was not greener. As they went to go look for something more, they didn't find that. So you're very protected from this person. And I'm almost seeing with the Judgment here too, this person, again, I'm getting the main thing coming up as some type of avoidance of confrontation. Or with the Judgment, it's like I feel they've made their bed and now they have to sleep in it, if that's the phrase. And it feels like with the Judgment, there's like broken glass all over that they have to step over, and they don't, you know, it's like walking over broken glass. They don't know how to kind of rectify whatever happened, or they don't know how to make amends. It feels like this person is in that energy currently, and that's like a big part of their shadow here when it comes to this. I'm seeing this person also could have kind of a bit of like a peering eyes, or looking at you from afar. They could be somebody who watches from afar. And again, that can kind of go with their shadow side, because they could be avoiding actually doing something in person, or avoiding confrontation, but looking from afar, maybe a bit of a creeper in some certain way as well. There could be a little bit of that coming up here in terms of their shadow. And I'm seeing Saturn here too. So there could be a lot of Capricorn influence for them, or maybe for you, or just around this connection. What is this person on your mind? What is their shadow side when it comes to you? And in general, what is their shadow side? Again, I'm seeing something where like balloons are bursting, but they put the balloons up for the party. So, you know, it's almost like they do things and then it kind of doesn't go well. So I don't know if they maybe are oblivious, or kind of it kind of backfires on them. The things that they do backfires on them. Yeah, Justice and the Three of Cups. So definitely there's a strong sense in this pile of you being very watched over and protected. There may be certain things that you're not supposed to know, or certain things that this person has either done or who they are, that is very much being kind of the laws of karma are watching over it. You know, it feels like the universe is trying to protect you from getting hurt, or is sort of keeping score or keeping tabs on whatever had happened here in this connection, and for their own behavior maybe in general. But I'm getting that for some, something happened where they thought that they were getting what they wanted, or they thought that they were doing the right thing, and then it kind of blows up in their face. So this could be small things that they do, or it could be something big, like they went into a connection, for example, or they I don't know, went down some path that didn't turn out to be what it didn't. It's like with something with the Tower and the Judgment, where it's like it all came back. Judgment and Justice for me is very karmically related to. So something backfired really. And I think that's because of their shadow side. Some of their shadow is that they have, so I'm getting like three shadow qualities here. One is I feel that they get involved in situations that they either shouldn't be involved in, or that they just misuse something, or it just like, again, they don't do the right thing, so it backfires on them. And then the other shadow I'm getting for them is the non-confrontation. They could be somebody who maybe after the fact, they kind of avoid confrontation. And then I'm also getting this person could be, I forgot the other one. Let me see what else. What is this person's shadow side? This person on your mind here. What is their shadow side? And when it comes to this connection with you as well. Getting something about nighttime, sleepless nights as well. So they could have insomnia. We have the abnormal soul. You've always felt quirky and different because you are. Trust the sensations you're feeling, even if others don't understand. Your intuition is your superpower right now. So again, Spirit does want to give you a message here as well, even though this could also be them feeling a bit abnormal. But there's something with the Queen of Cups where the viewer, you watching this, are very intuitive. And I'm seeing a strong connection to the angels or the angelic realm with these wings here too. So some of you are, again, very connected by the angels here. I'm hearing you don't have to clean up their mess, or you don't have to clean up everyone's mess or their mess. So once again, with the Justice here, I do think this person is somebody with the Tower who things blew up, you know, somehow things blew up in their face. Somehow the roles are kind of switched here now. So depending on your situation, if it's something to where you had a recent breakup, or this is somebody who you've been in separation from, and it's kind of like a little bit of them realizing too late, but that's really what I'm getting here. Yeah, they keep talking about you here. I mean, most of these cards are about somebody else, but most of these that are coming up for you are about you. So it seems like Spirit's using this opportunity to get a message across for you, the viewer. We have chant in the mirror, what you see, what you wish to see, and 1, 2, 3, so mote it be. You have all the power, and how you want others to see you is how you see yourself. So get to work and make magic happen. Yeah, I feel like, again, there's a strong message with the Queen of Cups here for you, that there's like a sense of you overcoming this, or tell me a little bit more about this person though. Let me see, because I want to see what happened here. Tell me more about what this person's shadow side is, the person that you're thinking about in the reading. I'm seeing somebody could be a guitar player or a musician. What is this person? What is their shadow side when it comes to you, when it comes to this connection? Can we look at the person who's connected to you? Again, it's like a weird energy or sensation in this reading of like, maybe even nobody's doing anything. Maybe you're not doing anything, they're not doing anything. There's just something where it's kind of feels like it's at a bit of like a standstill. So I don't know if this is because you're not in communication, or maybe because something with the Judgment and Justice is almost like hanging off a cliff. You know, what do we do now that we're hanging off this cliff? Do we let the car fall over the cliff, or do we, I don't know, do we come back from this and make it right? Like there's something like that where there's like a hanging by a thread energy in the situation with that Hanged Man too. So we have pitiful and misguided. What is this person's shadow side when it comes to you and this connection? Yeah, I feel like this person actually could have been misguided by something. Again, they may have gone down a certain path. They may have gotten swayed by something. They may have chosen the wrong situations in their life. And with the Ten of Swords here and the Judgment, they don't know maybe how to come back from that, or they don't know. I think that there's a little bit of like, again, with the pitiful, maybe like non-action or non-movement, or just not taking responsibility kind of for themselves or for their life or for whatever happened. And so with the Judgment and the Justice, again, the cliff, like hanging on the cliff here, it's like now they're in this lost forest, and now you are over here and you're being protected. So how are they going to come back from that and find their way back home? So that's kind of where they're at here. And that seems to be coming through as one of their kind of shadow elements here. I'm getting something also about, I'm hearing burning rubber, like on the car, like driving away really quickly. So maybe somebody did that, but it's also maybe this avoidance energy again. What is this person's shadow side when it comes to you and this connection? I'm hearing this person is haunted. They do feel haunted by the situation with you. So not taking responsibility, but letting things haunt them. It feels like they're haunted by, you know, again, whatever happened here in this connection. But I almost feel like there's no movement happening, or there's something. Let me see. We have scorned, and at the bottom we have invading. What is this person's shadow side? Yeah, for some I was getting that like creepy energy. Not like they're a creepy person maybe, but they could be spying on you or watching you, or there's something with like the watching here too. I mean, yes, spirit is watching you, but there's also something where, how to put it, like there's kind of a bigger eye on this connection, and I feel like they are trying to, how to word that? They're kind of like trying to get away with not doing what's necessary or not doing what's right. So there's that like avoidance of justice, avoidance of something that they could have done differently or that they could make right now. Even if it's not like to be back together, it's something, you know, depending on your situation, it just feels like, yeah, we have the spilling secret. Eventually, everyone's true colors will be revealed. Someone has been living a lie for far too long and their cover is about to blow. Who is this fraud and what are they hiding? So yeah, for some, what have they been hiding? That's the feeling I'm getting in this reading, which is like I can't figure out what it is, because it feels like they have been hiding something for a while and they have not really come out and said it. And let me get a card actually to confirm what that could be. What is this person hiding? It could just be that they're hiding, you know, again, communication with you, or hiding, making things right with you, or, you know, bringing justice to the situation. That could be what they're essentially hiding. But it feels like with that cliff reference, you know, with the spilling secret, we're going to fall over the cliff if we don't turn around and do something about it. I think this person could actually be either like very much in love with you, or you have them kind of wrapped around your finger. This may not be the case for everybody, but there's something about it which again is like maybe from afar, they don't admit it or they didn't want to admit it. You could have, the roles could have been reversed at some point, especially if this is like a past person. Maybe you had, or they had you wrapped around their finger, but it feels like something has changed here, or there's a feeling of sort of you were in the driver's seat here. You're the Queen of Cups now. You may have been scorned, but you're the Queen of Cups now. But I can also see that they just simply do feel that even though they don't want to admit it, there's something about you that they have, you know, you have their heart kind of. So what are they hiding? So let's go into this deck here by Mystic Moon, the Haunted, Divine Masculine Haunted. What else about this person, their shadow side? What are they hiding? Anything else that can come up here to give us some more information about this person? I am seeing kind of a one pillar of a black light and then one pillar of a white light. So I think it's like kind of the High Priestess in tarot too. But in this case, I'm seeing it as there could be a mismatch or an imbalance of energy in this connection. So, you know, they would have to make that right, or would have to balance the scales sort of with you. And this is why the universe is coming up to say that they could still be in the black pillar and then you're in the white pillar. So it's like there's maybe something to where they have to get on your level, and that's something which maybe has not happened, which is why it's being protected and watched over by the universe. So we have someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. What is this person's shadow thoughts about you? Shadow feelings and thoughts about you. Yeah, I just keep getting the same energy where this justice is like, I wish I could confront it, but I can't. or I should confront this, or I should make this right, but I'm not, but I can't. So I just wish the best for you anyway. It's that kind of feeling. What is this person's shadow thoughts about you? We have after dark. In your passion, I was lost. Yeah, I think this person might have felt that that you did sort of have a hold on them again here with the puppet heart and the after dark. Like you may have had a certain hold on this person, which they either thought was too much, or yes, I die without you. Is it my turn to be the one to cry? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting with the Justice. There's a feeling of that, like they did something wrong, or this connection was not balanced, or there was this justice here in the connection, which is now on them, you know, them having to be the one left out, or them having to be the one that's is no longer, you know, with you. So it's, if this is somebody again that you haven't talked to for a while, they actually might really want to talk to you, but just take that if it's going to resonate with you. Others of them are going to be too prideful or too stubborn. So I'm not going to say this word on YouTube, but we have in my feelings. I'm feeling all of my effing feelings. We have every time the rain falls, think of me. That's so funny because I don't know if I said it or just thought about it, but when I started the reading, I had seen like a rainstorm in my mind, but it's not here. It's not raining here. So maybe somebody who's watching this pile, it could be storming where you are, or there's like a connection to the rain somehow between you and a person, that when it rains, they think of you, or you think of them, or something like that. We also have, you showed me love when I wasn't feeling it. Get you the moon. Haunted, ghost in the sheets. Yeah, this person, basically they really had a lot more love for you than they may have showed you, or they had a lot more love than they showed you. And I think it's something which they seem to like kind of have buried this though. They seem to have pushed this to the side, but it still affects them. And that's what their shadow is kind of operating from. It still affects them. We have, I was careless with you. I'm getting this person also could have not thought clearly. Again, I'm hearing with that misguided. They may have had a lot of like fog in their mind, or they may have had a lot of misguided information or people, or it's like they just didn't do right by you, but it was because they had something going on in their mind which wasn't thinking clearly at the time. And that could be also one of the sides of them, you know, their shadow with the Ten of Swords here is getting themselves again in those situations, or becoming that person who ends up hurt in the end because they didn't act right to begin with, you know, or they feel regretful now, but then it's too late when they feel regretful. So what do they want to say to you from their shadow? What are their shadow thoughts and feelings about you that they want to say to you? We have, I never want to feel that way again. Yeah, this person has, we have, I forgive you. It's almost like you are not part of my plan. And then we also have, you can't come where I am going. So remember, these are shadow messages. I know they're kind of harsh, but it doesn't mean this is their whole thoughts about you, you know, their whole being. It's just their shadow side. But yeah, with that justice and the reference of like the cliff, hanging on the cliff here, it feels like they need to revert back if they want to make this right with you. And I think right now they're saying something that you can't come where I'm going. It's like they feel somehow like they can't go there again. They can't do that again. They can't feel that again, which can be, you know, whatever had happened between the two of you. Of course, maybe you contributed to it, but it's something where they don't know if they can handle the intensity of kind of whatever led to this, you know, even if you have a hard time understanding them, they still don't know if they can kind of churn back into the fire, you know, or go back to something which triggered them to do the things that they did. So they're very much struggling with that right now. What does this person want to say to you, their shadow side? We have, I am different now. At the bottom, we have, at that moment, I just didn't care. We have, I'm waiting for an apology. That could be reversed for some of you. I don't really know you. So anything else here, Spirit, about their shadow? Any final messages about this? I feel like with this, I don't really know you. Some of you, that could be the case. It may have been someone that you don't know very well or that you didn't really get close to. But I'm also getting like a sense that they are almost like projecting their own problems onto you. As in, it's so hard to put this into words. Kind of like they knew that they were wrong, or like deep down they know that they were wrong, but they are not wanting to take responsibility. So it's easier to turn around and to run away from that. So they're saying that like, I don't really know you anyway, or like, I don't know how we're compatible, or I don't know how this would work. Something like that, to where I feel like they are, even if you didn't do much to contribute to it, it's like they're thinking that it was, they know deep down that it's not, but the layer on that, the layer sort of above those feelings or on those feelings is saying the opposite. Yeah, the Nine of Swords in the World. It's like I'm getting chewing gum. It's like so sticky that we have to really like, you know, to sort of, if chewing gum has been on the cement for 10 years, it's going to be really hard. You know, I don't know how that would work, if it's going to disappear or not with 10 years, but it's like really hard to get the chewing gum off the ground because it's like cemented, you know, it's something where like it would be so hard to scrub that or to do whatever you could do to get it off. So I feel like this person is in that energy right now where they just like, they feel sort of immobile. They feel like they don't know how to, again, like make this right or to do something more with the situation, and they could be very ingrained in kind of their own perception of things or their problems. My heart was blinded. Yeah. Like I'm just getting that it's so complicated, like when I tune into the shadow here, because there's so many different like thoughts that I'm picking up on with this person. And it's hard to form them into like one thing because it's there's a lot, but it's like I feel they are regretful and they do know that they messed up, and they do feel that they're sorry about that, and they do think that it was something that, yeah, they denied their capacity to love. They pushed you away, and they're not okay with that, but yet they are okay with it because of their lack of maybe taking responsibility for it currently, at least again from their shadow side. So I'm going to pull one final card from the Universal Love Oracle just to get a final theme for what you need to know about this. And then I will go over to the extended if you're interested and take a look at the light side of this person, which will be interesting to see what that is coming up as, and what, you know, kind of from a more positive perspective, or just not like overly positive, but just what is the sort of the lighter side of this connection and of their feelings towards you. But Spirit, can you give me one final card to summarize this connection, and to one card for the viewer and what they need to understand about this connection? One card for the viewer and what they need to understand about this connection. Okay, so we got a lot, not just one. So we have, this person is your twin flame. Although the connection is incredibly intense, the journey must unfold in divine order. Surrender to the process, the patience, the triggers, and the emotions that you feel to keep this connection moving forward energetically. So for some, this definitely could be a twin flame. And that could explain why it feels very intense and why there's confusion about this connection. And with justice and judgment and the universe watching over you, that can definitely tie into that too, where Spirit is trying to heal, you know, they're trying to get you to heal, for them to heal, and it's very triggering, this connection. And so there's a lot of like deeper stuff going on behind the scenes with this connection. But we do have here seeking outside counsel, watching videos, consulting tarot cards, etc. has been confusing you more. Cut off outside sources for a while to reconnect with your own intuition, and the message will be clearer. So from the beginning, there was a lot coming up for you with the Queen of Cups that Spirit wants to give you a message in this reading. So if you have been watching maybe too many readings, or if you've been just kind of clouded with your own intuition, especially with this very intense journey of a twin flame connection, for those of you that resonates with that, you may want to, you know, maybe like take a break, or to limit how much you watch, or to just it's kind of like you already know the truth in your heart and in your soul if you give yourself enough opportunity to really understand that. So with the Queen of Cups, you're highly intuitive, but you also have to fine tune that intuition, which can be hard to do when you're kind of bombarded by outside sources and news. We have, you will soon receive an important message from a specific someone. This will bring an answer to something on your mind. So you may receive a message from them, or from somebody else, or from something else that will kind of give you a message about this connection. With the justice, the judgment, excuse me, there is something where this connection feels like it's turning a corner, which that corner can kind of lead to the unknown. It depends on what's around that corner, but there's something that I feel is reaching one end of kind of a cycle with the two of you. And then we also have, there is a certain someone in soul who is waiting to cross paths with you. The meeting with this person will occur when both of you are ready and have released old energies. So for those of you looking for a new love, and this is somebody who is not coming back, or is somebody who is, you're not willing to, or this connection is difficult, there might be a new person that is trying to come in for you, but they can't do so until you've released this connection. Or it could also be that there's energies around you or them, this person, that have to be released with the judgment, justice, for the two of you to come together. So I think I'm going to leave it here, and I will go over now to the extended to take a look at the light side of this connection and of their feelings and thoughts about you as much as possible. I mean, some of it could also be, I guess, darker too, because nothing is always 100% positive either. But I will have that linked below, and I hope that this reading could resonate. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And comment if this connected with you. And I will talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love. Hello, group number 2. If you chose the bat straw, let's go ahead and see what comes up here for you when it comes to this person that you're thinking about, the person on your heart, on your mind. What is their shadow side, shadow thoughts and feelings when it comes to you? So if you didn't watch the intro, there could be some triggering messages here in the reading. So just keep that in mind. And then we will also be doing an extended reading where we're going to look at the other side of this and see what is the light side of this person and their kind of light thoughts and feelings about you from more of their higher self, or more of their, again, like lighter side of themselves, if that makes sense. So go ahead and think about your person and look at the straw as you think about them. So group number 2, if you chose this group, what is your person's shadow side, shadow feelings when it comes to you? So Spirit, please tune me in to the person that the viewer is thinking about, the person that the viewer has on their mind at this time. And what do we need to know here about this person that they're thinking about, their shadow side? So the Fool kind of flew out here. Please tune me in to as much detail as possible for group number 2, and I trust that whoever is choosing this group will find a message in here for them about their person. So your person, their shadow side, 3 of Cups. What is your person's shadow side and shadow feelings when it comes to you, the connection? Give me a little bit more. What is this person's shadow side, shadow feelings when it comes to you and the connection? Group number 2. I feel like this person could be a little bit sort of off target is the word coming to me. So they might be, it's almost like I feel this person could be a little bit restless, or they might, with the Fool and the 3 of Cups, maybe they do have either like a lot of people around them or a lot of like a social setting around them, or they could even, you know, kind of entertain other options. That could be as well. It feels like this person, the Empress here. Yeah, it's like I'm getting an energy where I'm not sure why this is a shadow, so we'll confirm it and see where it's coming from. But it's like this person, I feel like they are wanting to sort of scoot closer to you, or to come towards you, or to come closer to you. And why this is coming up as a shadow, I feel like this person could also be someone who does hide how they feel. That could be one of their shadow attributes as well. They're not very upfront with their emotions. They could hide behind a mask of some sort as well. I am getting that one thing though, is that they could be a little bit of an energy vampire. I don't know if they're doing it, you know, probably not doing it purposely, but it feels like this person could be someone who, again, they're a little bit lost maybe in certain ways with the Fool, and they're searching to find something or someone that can kind of stabilize them or can give them something that they're missing, you know, and that could be how they view you. With the Empress coming up here, they could be someone like that who can be a little bit of a taker in that way. And again, this is their shadow side, so it's not like their whole, you know, who they are entirely. It's just that part of them that I feel. I'm also hearing something about time, the word time. What is this person's shadow side and shadow feelings about you? Yeah, I keep being shown like a target, like something about wanting to pursue their target, but then something about time. So what is this person's, their shadow side and shadow feelings about you and this connection? Yeah, I don't know. I just keep getting, for the most part, this is 5 of Pentacles here, King of Wands. It's like I'm getting something about them wanting something from you or even from others. They could be a fire sign. They don't have to be, but they could be. And I feel like this person can be a little bit like they almost overcompensate for something. Like they could be somebody who is, they're either naturally confident or they come across confident, or they're trying to find confidence. You know, that's kind of the energy I was referring to, where in some ways they could be seeking to get something from others, including you. I am also hearing juggling here. This person could be somebody who either has juggled connections before in the past. They could be juggling you, if only if that's relevant, if you know about that. And obviously that's definitely one of their shadow sides about them, is that I feel It's almost, I think this actually kind of came up for group number 1 too, but I think that they could realize things when it's too late, or they realize what they lose when it's too late. Like they're kind of walking in circles with the Fool, and then when they don't either get what they want, you know, it's like I feel like they're endlessly searching for something. Yeah, so this just flew out here. We have the lurking nightmare. Your fears have taken on a life of their own, causing confusion and chaos in your relationships. Take a step back and kindly evaluate your emotional state. It doesn't have to be this hard. I'm hearing frozen. Yeah, again, time, frozen in time. Now, this could be a message for some of you as well, because in group 1, there was a few messages coming up for the viewer. So take that how that will fit with you. If this is something to where you also feel kind of frozen in time when it comes to this particular connection, or, you know, this is you having a lot of fears coming to the surface, and that could be a message for you too, and how this person can sort of reflect that shadow side of you. But I can also see that it could be them. It's like, I'm just getting with this King of Wands, there's this feeling of, yeah, at the bottom too, we have the haunted circle. You're experiencing an eerie sense of deja vu. This cycle is reeling you in, begging you to repeat it. A certain soul contract is spinning in circles, and it's here to pull you in once again. So that's kind of what I was saying with the Fool and the kind of spinning energy. If this is for some of you watching, if this is somebody that you've known for a while, or someone that you've been in this circle with for a while, this could be confirmation that this is this person, that you chose the right pile. And I feel like, again, this person's shadow side is that they might either contribute to the circle, you know, where they kind of come back around, or they could be very inconsistent. And that's part of what this is speaking to here in terms of their shadow. And I'm getting this imbalance again with the Empress coming up. I feel there's some type of imbalance between the two of you when it comes to give and take, or when it comes to what they're offering versus what you're offering. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit, specifically about this person that you're thinking of. What is their shadow? Let me grab the card that just flew on the ground. Yeah, so we have the Night Beast. Secrets come out after dark. Someone is on the prowl looking for their next victim. Is it you? Players will be players. Lock the doors of your heart, for this one is up to no good. So that's again what I was getting in. And again, I just want to say this is their shadow, you know. So like I said, it could be a little bit triggering, but this is just the side of them that I feel is coming up here as being their shadow. So this person with the Fool kind of gives me the same impression for some reason as this character here, and the Fool. It feels like they definitely like don't know what they want, this person. And so when they do come towards you, or if you're dating this person, or if you've known them for a while, either way, it's like that's where they operate from, that space of like not knowing kind of who they are or what they really want, but maybe pulling people in, or pulling you in to their kind of game, or to their, they could be a player for some, since it does say here the player as well. Players will be players. So it's like I'm getting, for some reason, an overcooked steak, or like an overcooked piece of meat, meaning that there's something which feels like it's like stale, done, or how to put that. It's like a feeling where something is, again, replaying over and over. And I feel that they're drawing me back to the Empress being you, the viewer. And I think that like if you chose this pile, there's something about you which is very kind of different than this person. So you might not even really care that much, or if you do, it's like you're kind of sitting tall over here, and you're not even really on the same level sort of as this person, is how it's coming through. With the Moon here too. Yeah, this person's shadow is I mean, we all have, obviously, our shadow comes from our own self, but for them, it feels like it's very deeply ingrained kind of in their subconscious. It's something that they have maybe a lot of inconsistencies in their life. They could be very on and off again with things, with people, with their mind, their heart. And this is really coming from like with this lurking nightmare too in the moon. They may even have like anxiety, or they cause that for you, cause that for other people too with their actions, with the way that they behave. So it's definitely something like that where this feels like a karmic connection, or it's like a karmic cycle that's with this haunted circle that keeps going around and around, with that reference of like overdone steak. You know, it's like something which is repeating for no good reason kind of, or it's like they're trapped kind of in something, or they feel trapped in their own minds sort of. I feel like this person, they could hide again a lot of what they feel, and that's also part of their shadow. They hide a lot of their emotions. The Five of Cups here with this like there's a lot of reference of water, so they could be a water sign. They don't have to, but they could have water in their chart too. But it's like the water side of them is hidden, so they could hide their emotions quite well. And I think that it causes them to act in these ways of being like this night beast, or being this person who acts like this or operates like this. It's like a very kind of free-flowing energy for them, and that's part of their shadow. And with that night beast again and the Empress, and it says someone is on the prowl looking for their next victim. That's where I do feel like this person is seeking your light a little bit here. I'm hearing the name David for somebody. We have the Return of the Dead. A past relationship you thought was over is coming back to life. An ex-partner is determined to come back and win you over. Will you give them another chance? So that's what I'm saying with this reading. It feels like this could be somebody who is thinking about coming back, and this is just confirmation in this reading that they are thinking about that, or they're doing that. But I'm getting this person, again, going back to kind of their shadow and how it relates to this, is it's like I'm seeing somebody with like a notepad, and they have like all of this written information, which I don't think is literal. I mean, it could be, but it's something where they store a lot of their emotions deep within like this container here. And I think that they like almost, it comes out differently when the time comes to talk to you or to have a commitment, or it's like they have a lot of internal issues just basically. And I think that it gets them into a lot of trouble. It gets them into situations like this. But this person could definitely be trying to make their way back into your life. They want to pull you into this circle again. And I feel this person, they could even pretend again to be someone more confident than they are. And that does come from a shadow side too, of like an over-exaggerated ego, or trying to overcompensate for what they feel that they're lacking in ways that they don't want to really express. This person could actually be very good at manifesting you. They could be either very charming, or they could even be highly skilled when it comes to manifestation. Whether they know what they're doing or not, they have the capability to kind of call people to them, or to call you in. It seems like with this King of Wands as well. But I'm just getting the word false hope here too. So that's another part of the shadow, is that they could be someone who gives false hope, which could be just towards you, or even just in general. Like I feel like this person might be somebody like that in general. Like the best way to put it is that they just feel lost within themselves. And so they could give false hope to even themselves. It's almost like they're deluding themselves in some certain ways, where how to put it, it's kind of like something like that, where they may say that they want something, or they convince themselves of it, but then they don't deal with their own issues. So it kind of ends up being a mess again, you know, or they repeat the same cycles over and over. It's something like that, where I feel like they haven't dealt with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups here, and the Five of Wands, they haven't dealt with a lot of internal issues with that moon, and that's basically their main shadow and where it's coming from and why they act the way that they do and why they might be sort of looking to take from others, looking to be, you know, look for their next victim kind of here. Yeah, I'm hearing have my cake and eat it too. So that's really pretty much the summary of kind of their shadow here. So let's see what else we have. We have insecure. Yeah, we have projecting at the bottom. Yeah, this person, again, it's kind of like in a deep psychological way here, which I'm trying to explain, but with the projection and the insecure and the moon, they, yeah, ultimately project onto others their own insecurities, pretty much. And with this King of Wands, again, it's like they could, that may not be for everyone, but for some of you, they come across very differently than they really do feel inside. So maybe they come across as very popular or well-liked, or they come across as somebody who has everything together in their life or something like that, but it's actually not really real. It's like a false sense of ego, and it's a feeling where they project onto others so that they don't look as bad, you know, or they are insecure deeply inside, but they're going to pretend like they're not. So if this is somebody who, you know, obviously, like if this resonates with you, who I'm talking about, if they do, or when they do kind of return, or they want to return with the King of Wands and the Empress here, they could act like, you know, even maybe for some, they could be a little bit harsh in some ways, or at times they may appear like they are trying to put you down, and that is their own insecurities coming out from their shadow here. But so what is their shadow side and shadow thoughts, feelings about you, this connection? Yep, so projecting again. We have sell out, that kind of flew out. I don't know if I'm going to take it, but we have also power at the bottom. Yeah, they could have a bit of like a power, you know, a big ego with the King of Wands here. They want power, they strive for power. They could even be a little bit controlling, or it's controlling in their own way. So again, if this person is somebody who does kind of slip back in and out of your life, or they are someone who's trying to gain power with the Master Lover here, you know, trying to even, because it's kind of giving me a little bit of that, like I will say, with the bedroom potion, for example, this person could come in and say that, like, you know, I miss you so much, or let's hang out, or whatever it is. But it's something where, like, some of that could be true, yes, but we'll look at the light side of them in the extended reading and see what comes up there. But it's also like a big part of power. So like a power game, you know, if they feel like you're getting away, or if they feel like they don't have control over you anymore, then that's when they can swoop back in. So it's something like that with this Empress, where they kind of put you on a bit of a pedestal, or they even could even be other people too. Like if this is somebody who has dated other people, you know, or they have other options, they might just do that in general to people, I feel, especially in romance. So what is this person? Let's go into this Divine Masculine Haunted here by Mystic Moon and see what is their shadow feelings when it comes to you. Anything else about directly towards you? Anything this person feels directly towards you? We have patience. Shed a tear because I'm missing you. Yeah, this person, if you chose this, is definitely missing you. And it's like, I feel they're also kind of stubborn. I think this person is, again, they don't want to come across as someone that you would, you know, make fun of, or they don't want to come across as somebody that you wouldn't like anymore. So it's kind of like they keep a lot of their feelings to themselves when it comes to you. Even if they miss you a lot, even if they want to see you, it's very challenging for them to just be open about that, or to tell you that, because of all their issues. We have never gonna love again. Every time the rain falls, think of me. hearing Sagittarius strongly here. So somebody could be a Sagittarius, or something about Sagittarius season maybe isn't significant for somebody. What is this person's shadow thoughts, feelings about you? I feel like this person actually does receive a lot of signs about you, synchronicities about you. Like I'm getting chills here. So there's something where they do receive that. Yeah, so 6 feet under. Our love is 6 feet under. It's something where now I am nothing at all. Yeah, they feel like a victim here. This person feels like they know that this is either over with you, or they just, it's kind of like, how to word this? Like they don't want this to be over. With this return of the dead here too, like the connection somehow has been buried already, but it's also very deep, the connection. It's also something where, whether it's deep or not depends on, we'll again have to look at their light side and see where it comes from, because this could just be that they have a lot of issues, but they do genuinely love you. But you'll have to listen to kind of your intuition about that, because I feel like it could also be that this person is just sort of not liking the fact that, again, you've moved on, or seeing that they're nothing now compared to you. So they have a lot of insecurities about what they were not able to sort of provide, or what they haven't been able to provide in connections up until this point. I had to fall to lose it all. Yeah, I mean, this person is probably not in the best place right now, and that is a part of their lesson. I just think that they did it to themselves, or they had not dealt with what they had to deal with internally. So it kind of led to this whole emotional whirlwind of losing you. And so let's see what they want to say to you here from their shadow self. What do they want to say to you from their shadow self about their feelings? I need to focus on my own healing. So did I say the target before? I think I said in the beginning. There's something they're bringing me back to now about the target. So from the beginning with the Fool, again, their shadow side mainly is this sense of not knowing who they are and not knowing what they want. So they're saying here that I need to focus on myself. I need to focus on my own healing, because right now I know, like from their, maybe from their higher self, or even from their shadow self, they understand that there's things that they have to heal. And so because this whole projection thing, this whole loop will kind of repeat over and over again until they really heal what the root causes of their issues, which is very deep, it seems. So they want to say that, like, I need to focus on my own healing. If this person did kind of walk away or reject you, or they have not been in your life, they do miss you, and they do think about coming back, or they might even come back here, but they also still need to heal. I can still see you standing there. So yeah, it's like that sense of them feeling your energy, or feeling that you're gone, but they messed it up, and they are, I think this person is still trying to accept something about this connection being over, if it is over. If it's not over, they're just trying to accept they're part of kind of the problem here, or the part of the challenges that you've had. And they're trying to accept that. I think that they might still be in some kind of denial, or like they don't talk about it, or they don't want to talk about it, or they don't share with other people about it. It's that kind of feeling where they are trying to push it away or push it down. Yeah, so I'm not coming back. That just was at the bottom too. So again, we'll have to look at the other side of this, because obviously with this card here, they miss you and they might be wanting to come back. But from their shadow side, there's some, that could even be you coming up here too, because we also have, yes, it is too late. So there's something about like, yes, it's too late. No, I'm not coming back. Which again, doesn't mean that's what they will actually do. It's just from that shadow part of them, they're thinking like, I'm not going to come back because I'm too much in my ego, or I'm not going to come back just because you moved on now. Or, you know, it's that kind of thing where I feel like it's like, you know, in the end, there's some kind of finality here. There's something where they feel that something is over with you both, or something, some dynamic between you both came to an end. Maybe the power dynamic, the power struggle, you taking back your own power kind of changed. And it seems like they have to swallow their pride if they want to return or to come back. I focused on you instead of my own grief. Yeah, they have a lot of grief to deal with. And again, the projection, they projected this onto you. I'm sorry. So they are sorry. I mean, this is coming from their shadow side. So they obviously do have some regrets and some sorrow about this, I feel. I'm seeing a soap opera. So it could have felt like this connection was like a soap opera. We have, I love myself enough to walk away, which I feel is you coming up, but also them. Interestingly enough, it's like a feeling of this sort of twist here where I love myself enough to walk away. Like they don't want to be a fool anymore, or they don't want to be seen as a fool. So this would probably be if you did walk away, or you even voiced to them that you're upset with them, or you showed with your actions that you were not accepting their behavior anymore. There's like a part of them that understands that, and they don't want to make a further kind of fool of themselves because of their pride too. So they may be saying like, I love myself enough to walk away. I'm not coming back, but I do miss you a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one final card from this Universal Love Oracle to see what Spirit wants to say to wrap up the reading about this shadow side of them. And then we will go over to the extended and take a look at the light side of themselves, of their thoughts, their feelings towards you. So Spirit, what is the final message that you would like to say about their shadow self or this connection? Anything that can kind of summarize this reading for the viewer and what the viewer needs to understand about this connection. We have, you haven't been able to let this person go because they haven't been able to let you go either. The story is unfinished and the energy between the both of you is still alive. So again, that's kind of where it feels like there's still some kind of like desire to return to this, or some kind of hope still alive, depending on what it is that you're looking for or what you want. But if you do feel that you still feel this person's energy, it's because they're also connected to you. So this connection feels kind of unfinished. And at the bottom, we have your prayers are being answered. Your angels want to congratulate you on the next steps in your journey, for it will be a rewarding ride ahead. So I do think that that Spirit wants to say for the viewer with the Empress, I keep seeing that you're not even really, like you have a bubble of protection around you. You're not even really involved kind of in this, even though you are, but you're not. So it feels like they want you to know that whatever work you've been doing on yourself has really worked. And it feels like you're entering into the next phase of your life and of your love life. And so we'll look now at the extended to see if this relates to the two of you. If this is something where, like, you know, you've done a lot of work on yourself, they also could be trying to do work on themselves too, because you may be mirroring each other in that way. And if this is a connection that you kind of still want, there might be like hope that it will return and that things could be different, but we'll have to see if this person does the healing. If they don't, then they'll probably stay where they are. But either way, you're kind of entering into a next phase of your life and you've done a lot of good work on yourself. So I'm going to leave it here, group number 2, and go over to the extended. So I hope that this reading could help. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and comment if you'd like how this connected with you. I'd love to hear, and I will talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love. Hello, group number 3. If you chose the skulls straw, let's go ahead and go into your reading. So we're going to take a look and see what is the shadow side of the person that's on your mind, and how does that connect to their kind of shadow feelings towards you and the connection, so their darker side. And if you did miss the intro, this reading could be a little bit triggering since we are dealing with the shadow part of this person. So just keep that in mind. And also, we will be going over to the extended after this to do the flip side of it and to take a look at their light side, higher self kind of feelings and energy towards you and the connection. So go ahead and think about your person as you look at the straw and get their energy in mind. So group number 3, your person. So what is it that we need to know today, Spirit, about this person that is on the viewer's mind? What is their shadow side, shadow parts of them, and how does that connect to their thoughts and their feelings about you? So tune me in to the person that the viewer is thinking about. We ask for clear messages, please, Spirit, for the highest and greatest good for this reading. And I trust that whoever is drawn to this pile will find this at the right time, that it's meant for them, and that there will be a message in here for them. Tell me about the person that you are thinking about. What is that person's shadow side, darker side that we need to know about? And how does that connect to your connection? Tell me about the person that the viewer is thinking about. What is their shadow side? I don't know why I'm getting rollerblading for some reason, so maybe that means something for someone, or that could be a confirmation that this is your pile. Roller skating or rollerblading. All right, so what is this person's shadow side, please, Spirit? The person that you are thinking about. We have the Tower, and it kind of flew out like this. So I'm definitely getting like an energy here right away of some kind of like in-between energy, to where I don't know if this person maybe is in between when it comes to some decision right now, or if they're in between just kind of like that's, you know, part of maybe their shadow, that there's kind of a sense, let me see, Wheel of Fortune. What is this person's shadow side? Okay, wow, so 3 major cards here. The High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune, and then we also have the 8 of Swords. It's a really, yeah, there's something with the 8 of Swords here where I feel like this person, they might be someone who has some mental blocks here, first of all, with the 8 of Swords to come up. But I'm also getting this energy, which is very strange. It's almost like somebody who is haunted by something. So I'm not sure if they're haunted here by you, or if they are, because with the 3 major cards and the in-between reference and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like this person seems to be like in between, transitioning from something to something else, or they're in the middle of change here. But in terms of how this connects to their shadow, I feel like there's a bit of like a sense of them, which kind of came up for group number 2 as well. But this person could be searching for something, searching for meaning, searching for something in their life here. Knight of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords also flew out. I'm also hearing biting off more than I can chew. So this person also might take on too much responsibility, or they have too much on their plate, or that's, again, part of maybe their shadow aspect or shadow side. I feel like this person also could be, a little bit confused. It's like I'm getting a confusion mainly coming up from them, a confusion about which direction to take. And it's almost like we have the 6 of Swords over here and then the Knight of Pentacles over here. And they could be like, again, maybe part of their shadow has to do with them being caught in kind of situations or needing to listen to their intuition, but they might be feeling that they don't actually follow that. So that might be something that leads them to confusion or leads them to wondering, you know, again, where they're going or what the right decision is for them in various different settings and situations. I'm also hearing this person could have people around them that are maybe not very good for them, or they may come from a background where they have been following something which is not really aligned to them anymore. So I think the main thing I'm picking up on so far in terms of their shadow is that they need to get out of their own head. They need to get out of their own mind and kind of follow maybe, you know, what's best for them. Or they could even be kind of put in the middle of situations where they're forced to listen to their heart and to their intuition, but they may not be doing it. And that's where the Tower comes in. So they could get themselves into maybe situations which are confusing for them because of that. So they need to follow. I'm getting a lot of Virgo energy here too. This person's shadow side, darker side. Yeah, it feels like there's also an aspect here, which I think came up for all three piles, but there's something where it feels like they need to take action before something is too late with the Tower. And again, that could be towards you. I will look at directly towards you here. Queen of Pentacles, and also the Emperor is at the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, this person has a lot going on. They might be somebody who has, again, a lot of obligation or a lot of things on their plate or a lot of people around them. It feels like this pile is a lot more like busy. There's a lot more going on for this person. So I just feel there's something with this Queen of Pentacles where, let me actually pull from this oracle to see a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit, what this is about this person's shadow side, shadow energies when it comes to you, the connection in general. What else? I am seeing this person could also, there's like tears here, tears. This person could have cried about you or something, or there's just, again, with the Eight of Swords, it feels like they almost feel stuck, but yet they're not stuck. And that's like the main feeling I keep getting, like they're stuck, but they're stuck, but they're not actually stuck if they don't want to be stuck. So it's that kind of feeling where it's mainly their own kind of mental blockages, I feel, in different ways with this Eight of Swords. And I am hearing something about harmony. If this is somebody who you've either been kind of at odds with or in separation with, or even in their own personal life, they might need to really bring harmony to people around them or to connections. But once again, it kind of feels like they're a little bit lost here. I am also getting a fox. And for some of you, I am also seeing here that this person, part of their shadow could also be that they either are, it's a really interesting energy here for this pile. They're either like misleading people or you, or they, how to put it, they kind of like need to figure out what they want first. And until they sort of do that, there's like a feeling of no movement or no action, or there's like a, because at the bottom here, we do have the glob of nonsense. It says, what appears to be something is actually nothing. The situation is numb, cold, and void. Perhaps this person doesn't understand their feelings, or they simply feel nothing. I'm hearing runner chaser. For some of you watching this pile, you could be in a twin flame dynamic, but that won't be for everyone. But it feels like with the three major cards we have come up here too, there's something about like running, chasing. We have the seductive game here. This is a classic game of cat and mouse. There's plenty of flirtation, eye contact, and desire building up. Will all of this heat deliver real results, or will it fall short after the victory? So yeah, it feels like for the most part, this, if you chose this pile, for some of you, this person's shadow is, again, that they're not taking action here, or they get into situations like this where it's like they have to either make like a sacrifice to sort of accelerate your connection or to move your connection forward. And I think that when you kind of dissect that into why that connects to their shadow, it's because it's a mental block that they have that prevents them from like furthering a connection or from moving forward with you, or again, maybe even for others. Because for this pile, I don't know if you're together or this is like a separation, or maybe even someone that you don't know quite well. For some of you, it could be. Because it feels like with that Tower to fly out as the first card, there's definitely something where like I'm just getting this person is very much in their head, and it's something to where they get so much in their mind or trapped in their mind. They could even be a bit rigid in certain ways with the Emperor, or they could be kind of like stubborn or just fixed in ways of their life. And it feels like this person could even struggle with some insecurities about, like, I don't know if they're, even if they're like well established or even if they're successful, they could still have some insecurities about who they are or what they can offer. And I do feel, though, to be honest, there's a little bit of a feeling here with this Queen of Pentacles where part of their shadow could also be a bit of false hope or false promises. This person could give false promises to people, to you. And it's like, I feel they might not deliver on that, you know, so it's a false promise. And this, again, won't be for everyone, and could be a little bit triggering, but this card also flew out here too. Have you fallen under the tempting illusion of false spirituality? Getting readings consistently, choosing untrustworthy sources, and believing in fairy tales is an unhealthy obsession. Because there's something about this pile with this Wheel of Fortune High Priestess. You could actually be either very intuitive yourself, or there's like a psychic, maybe you are a psychic, but there's something with that glob of nonsense where it's like a sense of sort of, is there actually going to be some result of this? Or is it just something I'm holding on to for no reason? And I think that is kind of circling back to this person's shadow side. Some of you may have known them in a past life, I'm hearing. So this could be somebody where there's a lot of confusion with this, and that is making, you feel confused, them feel confused. So it's almost like I'm picking up on the shadow of the actual connection between the two of you, but I will get a few more to see more about them in particular. The frail offer. Someone is hoping you'll give them a chance, but they don't have much to offer. Their resources are limited and their words are dry. Perhaps you deserve someone with more substance. Yeah, this person definitely, that shadow side of them feels like they don't have much to offer. And I'm getting somebody who avoids, like they kind of are avoiding, could be commitment, could be conversation. They're avoiding something which feels like, again, it's coming from like, it's more than just coming from fear. It's coming from like a stubborn or fixed viewpoint of something is what I keep getting here. So whether they have like a fixed view on life or on commitment, or they just, there's something off here where like they're coming up as this glob of nonsense instead of making something happen more than that glob, if that makes sense. And I do think that with the Tower, I'm almost getting, again, that false sense of hope or that false hope. So this person could be very, not very good maybe at again, like moving something forward. And I think that there's a feeling of sort of, again, non-action. And like I said, for the other piles, this doesn't mean this is the whole person or the whole situation. This is just their shadow ego side. So of course it's darker. It's more of the of this kind of thing. So we will look at the light side in the extended to see. But what makes this person challenging and where they operate from with that shadow side is this sort of stale or no action or limited action. Maybe not feeling that they can offer something anyway. So it's like they expect the Tower to fall. Tell me a little bit more about this person in particular and their shadow side, shadow self. So the Four of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, the Four of Cups is like that kind of complacent energy. That's the feeling I've been getting in the reading, where I feel like this person I'm hearing too, they don't really admit how they feel. So this person feels very stubborn. They feel, again, very fixed, very stubborn, and they also don't really like kind of openly admit how they feel. But it's different than, like, I think one of the other piles had a similar energy, but this one's very different in this case because I feel like they're choosing to be that way. It's almost like with that glob of nonsense, they don't understand their own emotions. I feel like this person might not be very in touch kind of with themselves or their emotions or who they are. And so it makes it very confusing for you because you could feel this connection on more of like a past life soul level, but it seems like there's a lot of obstacles in the way with this connection here. So yeah, there's shadow side with the 9 of Swords as well. I feel this person also has a big trouble with communication. Even when they do communicate, it's like they're either very harsh or mean even, or they just don't communicate well, you know? And so it just feels like they'd rather sit here on this tree and not move and sit here and kind of say that I have nothing to offer. But I'm still trying to figure out the root cause of it, because even if this person, maybe you, I don't know, maybe you do see that they don't have anything to offer, or maybe you see that they do. I'm not sure how you see them, but how they kind of see themselves. If this person is established and they do have a lot to offer, it's something more like that they don't want to kind of make the effort, or they don't want to change. But because I want to say that, you know, they have insecurities too, but it doesn't feel like that's the main problem. Like it feels like there's something else going on here. Like I do think this person would sort of rather things, or not rather, but they let things walk away, or they let things get away and they don't do anything about it. And that's where this shadow side of them is coming up. How does this relate directly towards their thoughts about you? How does this shadow side of them directly relate to their thoughts and feelings about you? I'm hearing Singapore. How does their shadow side directly relate to their thoughts and their feelings about you? Spirit, can you show me that about the viewer? Ace of Cups. 5 of Swords is at the bottom. Yeah, it's like it's a big effort. Again, this person feels like it would be a big effort to love, or be a big effort to express their emotions. And it almost looks like the 7 of Swords in this card here, but it feels like they are, underneath it, it's like they have this 5 of Swords, or like kind of mind games, or this, I'm hearing brushing it off as something non-insignificant, or brushing things off like they don't mean much. It's like trying to drag this person through the mud to do something. Like they're very stuck, they're very stubborn, they're very fixed. What is their shadow side of their thoughts and feelings about you directly? How does that connect to you? I'm hearing this person also does have a pretty big ego. I'm hearing they feel larger than life. So they might think that they know it all, or they, you know, this person, if they operate from that shadow side, they either think that they know everything about whatever, could be even work related things or topics, or just about, you know, you, like they're very kind of set in their ways, maybe even a little bit cold. Page of Swords, they have the tendency when they do tap into that shadow to be a bit cold, to be a bit judgmental even, or calculated in certain ways. And it feels like they're kind of, it's a hard energy to explain, but it's like kind of a bit of an arrogant energy at times. They may not show that all the time, but if they do, it's that kind of feeling where they're like, they want to be always winning the game, you know, and if that means that they're going to hurt people in the process, including you, it's like they have a really hard time opening their heart here with the Ace of Cups. So directly towards you, I would say that they keep it superficial, they keep it light, or they just keep it kind of like nothing happens to go further. If you did already have like a serious relationship, or if you're already involved, they could just be kind of cold in certain ways, or they could sometimes act like they don't care, or they like, I mean, obviously with the Ace of Cups here, it's something where I'm being drawn to the water. Like underneath the water, there's depth or there's emotion. Like they're not like a bad person. It's just that there's a lot of blockages to that. You know, the glob of nonsense is taking precedence here. So let me get a little bit more. Tell me from this deck then, Spirit, what is this person's shadow side? The person you're connecting to, shadow side and shadow thoughts and feelings about you. Tell us a little bit more. Yes, we have cold. And then we also have pain. I'm seeing a chess game. This person could play chess, but if not, they're like a very king. They might have a lot of air in their chart, maybe. They're like a King of Swords energy. Like they can be sharp, they can be cold, they can be detached. And it's like with the Wheel of Fortune up there, I keep getting that you met this person for a reason, and you have this connection in this lifetime for a specific reason. And it feels very frustrating here. I feel like this person, if something could have happened to them, I mean, they could have went through a lot of pain in their life, or they went through like a loss of something. And it's kind of like I said with that Ace of Cups, like deep, deep, deep down, they have these tender emotions, or they almost, because I had seen tears earlier, so they could even cry to themselves, or maybe they don't show their emotions or something, to where it feels like they don't want to admit how they feel. So if you know, if you walked away from them, or if you had an ending with them, this is the type of person that probably wouldn't be very comfortable kind of admitting that they feel sad that they lost you. And it feels like this is stemming from some pain that they went through in their life, and again, they're drawing me back to people. So they could have people around them that contributed to this, ex-partners, parents, something like that, with the Six of Cups here at the bottom too, which has formed them into this person that they are, and it has made it very difficult for them. And I am getting kind of a pretty strong message here, which is kind of sad, but this person could also feel, whether they show it or not, they could feel kind of useless in certain ways. I'm hearing the word useless, or I feel useless. So with the Frail Offer, and I'm noticing this skeleton has like a suit on, there's something where like, if we kind of like look at where it comes from originally, you know, their actions, it's like a deep insecurity, or it's a deep feeling of not feeling good enough for whatever they're pursuing, or even for you, for love. And something made them like that though. I don't know what it was, but something made them feel useless. I'm not sure if it was always from childhood or something, or if it's just that they had bad experiences in love. But it's like they're refusing to change though out of that. So they're kind of saying that, like, in their own mind, they could tell themselves like, well, I don't have anything to offer, I'm useless. So they're going to act cold towards you, so that it doesn't show that they feel that way about themselves, if that makes sense. And I think that they're kind of doing it to themselves with that Eight of Swords here, and the Nine of Swords, Five of Wands, Four of Cups. Because I am noticing at the bottom of this deck, we do have the Torment of Tears, which I did say tears too. So this person, I think I said haunted too in the beginning. If I I think I did. So it's like deep down, and it kind of took all the way into the reading to get to that, which can reflect who this person is in their shadow, because in the beginning, it kind of felt like they didn't care at all, or they never cared. But like that glob of nonsense is just the layer on top. This person could actually be very much in pain about if they did lose you, or if there's been an ending, they could actually be in pain about that, or they could feel that like there's ghosts of the past, even if it's not with you, but there's like ghosts of the past with people that they loved. And you'll kind of know if that is for you, but like as in they feel this towards you, especially if you had like a deep connection and then things fell apart. It's like there's a constant reminder of you. And I'm hearing the name Brandy. There's a constant reminder of you, and they just pretend like nothing can penetrate their heart, like nothing can get to them, nothing can affect them. And so they're just going to come across like this Page of Swords, like maybe even being a bit of like a jokester, or being somebody who hides their pain. Disconnected is at the bottom, which definitely makes a lot of sense. I think this person could be very disconnected from themselves, very disconnected from their heart space. So anything else about this person's shadow side, please, Spirit? One more of these. We have robotic, yeah, and here we have void at the bottom. So yeah, this is definitely out of the piles. I think this is kind of the most difficult one. One-sided is beneath that, which is kind of what I said in the beginning. It felt like this is one-sided, but again, we're looking at their shadow, so we will definitely see what comes up with the light. I'd be very curious to see what comes up with that. But they need to just, this person needs to change when it comes to their robotic ways, and I think it's very hard for them to do so. So their shadow is pretty pronounced, I feel. And I'm hearing this person doesn't believe that you're real. So whatever that means, they may not have believed that like when you met, or they might think that you're too good to be true, or that you're too good of a person for them. If this person is like has been hurt in love before, and it's like a newer connection, or just somebody who has already had a lot of connections before you, they could just kind of feel like there's no way that this person can be, that they can love me because no one else did, or people hurt me. So they have like a sense of again, like I'm void, I'm not available, I am not going to open my heart for anybody. And that really puts them into situations where it's very hard for them to move a connection forward. And that could be why, again, you feel confused for the viewer of this reading. And that could be how you know this is for you too, because you might even watch a lot of readings, or you might try to figure out, because you feel this connection and you're wondering like, how is it possible that I feel these things for this person? But, and you kind of know there's something more to them. You know, there's more to their heart, but they're just showing you the glob of nonsense, and it's making you kind of go into a trap as well of like watching readings, trying to figure out what's going on. And it kind of is this circle of like triggering, I feel, between the two of you that happens. So this is why Spirit's saying to ultimately trust in your intuition with the High Priestess, because you could be, there's something more to this connection. There's more of like a spiritual purpose to this connection, even if it's painful, even if it's difficult. And I think with the Tower, and why it kind of flew out sideways like that, is because this connection is either not fully crashed down, like maybe it's hanging by a thread, or possibly it's like something to where kind of like the realization of this connection from their perspective is, it's kind of like how to put it, like the full potential of the connection has not happened. So it's like the Tower is the Tower going to fall, or is it going to stay where it's at? And there's a feeling of like the Tower needs to fall regardless, because in this current state that it's at, it's not really moving. So let me go into this Divine Masculine Haunted deck by Mystic Moon and see what is it that their shadow is feeling about you here, and what they want to say, and how this connects to their feelings towards you. Ghost. It was easier until it got a little deeper. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely pretty much summarizes it here. I feel like with the Ace of Cups, that's what the water was referring to, that water underneath the cup. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This person just, they don't know how to deal with deeper levels of intimacy. And it feels like they could have ghosted you. I'm just seeing this person is, they actually could have, I am kind of seeing this person could have some darker like entities attached to them. They could have some troubles when it comes to getting rid of those dark entities. I kind of do feel this person's not in the best state here. And it's a little bit kind of like a sadder feeling, because I think that they need to really work on themselves. They need to really heal themselves. They're not in a good place. And I think they might even be so robotic that they don't even know it. So especially if they have like, especially if they have like bad habits and things like that, where it feels like they have not taken control over that. They, yeah, let's see. What else does this person feel here? We have send her my love. Memories remain. Yeah, and there's the bottle. See, submerge in the water again. This person, they're very hard to crack. It's like on that deep level, especially if you have like a past with them, the memories with you are still there, but they don't want to admit it with the Six of Cups. I'm even getting this could be like past life memories, which I don't think they're like consciously aware of, but it's something to where they feel some feeling of like, some feeling that strikes their heart, or like warms their heart, but they try to run away from it. So it's something that they can only think about on their own time. And if it's a newer person, or even just like, it could be family members, you know, it could be like if they had, like, for example, like a parent that passed away, or if they had something very deep in their past, which the memories of that are like, that's where their emotions are. Something with the inner child maybe too, where like, that's when you see the real them, if they could get that, if they could heal that kind of part of them, but they haven't done that. And so they're just avoiding intimacy because of that experience or those experiences. We have after dark. In your passion, I was lost. Yeah, they're lost because they got lost. It's like if they kind of felt like they were falling for you, or if they felt like they were getting lost in the connection, that's when they would pull back. And they could have felt that. This person could definitely be prone to like codependent relationships or addictions even. And the reasoning for that is because it's kind of like this person can be very intense when they feel things. I don't know how to kind of word that in a way that would make sense, but they sort of, like, they have a lot of pent up, could be anger, could be, it's like they've bottled things up for so long that like, if they were to fall for somebody, or if they were to connect on that deeper intimate level, it might even be very emotional. It might be very overwhelming for them. So if they feel the passion for you, or if they felt the passion for you, it's like it stirred the feelings that they have been so much trying to deny, because it's too overwhelming to feel that kind of thing. And then we have everything's crashing down. Nothing is as it seems. Yeah, this is kind of a sad reading here, a sad message, but it feels like this person's not doing well. A lot of things could be crashing down in their life. They could feel with that tower. That's why it came up like that, because I think they're trying to hold on to like the last sliver of whatever it could be for them specifically. Like if they've built something in their life that has been on a false foundation, like it's never really been what they truly wanted, but they thought that it was what they wanted. They're trying so hard to like hold on to that last crumb or that last piece of wood holding the house up, because they're just too scared of what would happen if they were to lose. And it's all coming from fear. It's all coming from fear of change, fear of many things. And that's why I said from the very beginning with the Eight of Swords, this person, the reason that they're coming up as this with the connection with you is because they don't know how to be there for you, and they'd rather sort of become or be in superficial encounters maybe, or to hide their emotions, because it would all crash down if they were to really go deep within themselves. So let me see what they want to say to you here from their shadow side. I know I made a mistake. What do they want to say to you? Yeah, I mean, I've been struggling lately. This person could hear songs about you on the radio. Or not the radio maybe, but maybe the radio, or just whatever they're listening to in their car. I just really get such a sad feeling here. We have, I'm not coming back, and I do wish you well at the bottom. And again, this is coming from their shadow, so it's not their whole self. It doesn't mean this is just when they go deep into that part of them, this is what they're saying. But I mean, it could be the case. We'll see again what comes up in the extended. But this person is kind of like, there's like a resentment here. There's something which feels, how to sort of put that in. It's like, I just feel that they would rather be sad. They would rather avoid, like, let's say that they do, because I do think this person either loves you or loved you, or you had a connection. If it's not love, you had a connection here. And I feel like they know they made a mistake. They know they may have done wrong by you, but it's like they would rather pretend that like that never happened, or they would rather pretend they never met you, or they would rather push it all down and just say that I do wish you well, but I'm not coming back because I don't really know how I would word that. There's something that they just don't want to deal with. They don't want to look at it. So if you don't look at it, then you just put like a big band-aid over it and just say, well, I wish you well anyway, and move on. Like, that's kind of what their shadow is saying here about you. But they're definitely, so this person's not happy with whatever they chose, or whatever they're doing. They're not in a good place here. One more. What do I want to say to you? I want to tell you so many things. You can't come where I am going. At the bottom we have, I fantasize about you. Yeah, again, same kind of thing. It's like it's on the tip of their tongue. They wish they could have the chance maybe to tell you certain things. They wish they could, like in the deep parts of them, they do still fantasize maybe about you or what you had, but it's very much in the dark. Like, it's something that I think that they definitely don't like. They don't even like it themselves, I think, when they think about you maybe, or they don't like to kind of go there, because it just, something about it just feels like, again, I don't know. I'd rather ignore. I'd rather push it away. You can't come where I'm going, because where I'm going is, I don't know. I can't get into their head, kind of like, you can't come where I'm going, because of where they're going is, just what they've accepted that you can't be a part of, because they're not changing, if that makes sense. Like, you may change them, or you may invoke change in them, but they don't want to change. They'd rather stay where they are. So then they're saying that you can't come where I'm going. So there's like a little bit of bitterness or resentment, but it's not because of like you, it's because of something only within them. So I'm going to pull one final card, and to see what Spirit wants you to know about this whole thing, just to summarize this reading. And then we will definitely look over at the light side of them, which I'd be very curious to see what comes up, because this is kind of, I think, the heaviest of the three piles. So what does Spirit want you to know, the viewer, about this connection, to sort of summarize or close up the reading? What do you need to know about this connection, Spirit? This connection was placed on your path for a reason. to follow and fulfill your soul's mission in this lifetime. Use this connection as a muse to inspire you beyond the pain and the suffering. So yeah, that's what I said. I do think strong past life energy I'm getting. So you may have even known each other in many past lives. And it's like, again, you feel the connection deep in your bones. And it's something which has been here to teach you a lesson, even though it's very painful. This connection is probably very, very painful. And it feels like the more you can kind of maybe try to limit the external voices or even too many readings, because it can cause, it's like you're never going to get an answer. Like I kind of just want to say that you're never going to get like a clear answer, because you're not supposed to get an answer. It's supposed to be what it is. It's supposed to be here to inspire you, to be a muse, to trigger you, to cause pain. And it can feel kind of cruel at times, but it's here for that reason. So it's watching another reading is not going to give you more answers than you originally had. It's just going to help to confirm your intuition. So if you're watching for that reading, then watch it for that. But if you're watching it to like get an information as to what they're really feeling, or it's not going to happen because it's so complex. And then at the bottom we have, the person in question has never felt this way about anyone else like they feel for you. To them, you are everything that they've been looking for. Their intentions are real. Allow them to love you. So if anything that you need to know, this person has never felt this way about anyone else. Their feelings are very real, but they just don't act like it. They don't show that because of everything we had seen here. But it's not, you know, if you're looking for like that confirmation, they do care about you a lot. They do love you. They do feel very deeply for you, but they just have to overcome all of this. So I'll leave it here. Definitely a pretty intense reading, but I hope that it could help whoever it's for. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And comment if you'd like how it connected with you. And I will go over now to the light side and kind of get a little bit more of happier messages, hopefully, to see what comes up for their light side or higher self and how that relates to their feelings towards you. So I hope that this could help, and take care. Lots of love.